Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome back to the channel. This is Broku. Today we're talking about a theory that I have seen going throughout Twitter. And so basically, we know that Dante is trying to acquire both Arcane Dark Magic and Arcane World Tree Magic from William, Vengeance, and Yami Tsukihiro to form the Tree of Qliphoth, so he can bring in devils from another dimension to destroy the world. With William already captured and Yami likely about to get captured too, it has led many to wonder what would happen and how the Tree of Qliphoth will be stopped. Now, I do want to mention that these are actually not my own original thoughts. I did see somebody talking about this on Twitter, but unfortunately, I couldn't remember who tweeted this, and I couldn't find who did it. So, my apologies for not being able to find who, I saw think of this, but it is a great idea, and so kudos to whoever did that. But anyways, enter Rhya. We know Rhya has copy magic, and we know that Rhya has dark magic and very likely has William's World Tree magic, since he was actually pretending to be William. Now, this would mean that Rhya, in his own, could potentially open the Tree of Qliphoth, and maybe even more importantly, as I was just saying, how are they going to stop or close the Tree of Qliphoth if it does get open? Maybe Rhya can be used to close it and save the world. One, it would be a great way for him to redeem himself in the past. Not only was he just a pawn in the devil Zagred's game, but he basically let himself be. He knew that it was too good to be true. He just wanted to see his friends again. This would be a great redemption, using his unique magic type and using basically stolen magic types from William and Yami to save the world. And one of the things is that kind of needs to be talked about is, can World Tree magic or dark magic be non-arcane? Like, if somebody else has dark magic, can that not be arcane? If somebody else has World Tree magic, can it just be not arcane and just be like an irregular magic type? Don't know, because Dante does say specifically arcane dark magic and World Tree magic, but so maybe there's a small possibility that Rhya, he only has World Tree magic and dark magic, but not the arcane properties that they are needed. And also, would maybe a specific spell be needed from each? Because he might not have Dimension Slash from Yami's Grimoire, as when Rhya copied the spells from Yami, that was before Dimension Slash, so he might not have Dimension Slash. I know some people will say that Rhya has Dimension Slash because of, I believe it was an anime error and some some bad fan translations, but in the actual official manga, he's never used Dimension Slash, and even in the anime when it said Dimension Slash, it was actually not even, just visually not Dimension Slash. It was just a error when it came to putting in the subtitles. So, if he needs Dimension Slash, well, he might not be able to do it anyways, but maybe Rhya's Grimoire or his magic does work like that. If you copy somebody's Grimoire, it will evolve too, so maybe he does get new spells from people. I'm not really sure. But yeah, so I'm almost kind of thinking that, Yami and William, they're forced to open it by Dante and the devils, and then maybe Rhya is able to come in at some point and actually close it. So maybe it'll be like it gets opened, and then Rhya closes it, but in that process, some devils get in, so it's still, the day is partially saved, but it's not completely saved because there's still devils creeping into the real world, and maybe some very, very powerful ones. And this leads to another thing, is it might be that, it needs World Tree magic and dark magic at the same time. What we know from Rhya is that in his normal form, he can only use one spell at a time, which is basically one magic type at a time. And we know that even with his third eye activated, he can only use one. It took Elven level of mana to the point where he could use 3 to 4 magic types at once. So, basically, if the reincarnation magic was cancelled, does that mean he lost his Elven mana? Because seemingly, it seems all the other people lost their Elven mana. And if that's the case, then Rhya, he might not be able to even use the multiple magic types at once. But we don't know necessarily exactly how it's supposed to work. Maybe you just pour some of your dark magic into this goblet over here, you pour some World Tree magic into the goblet over there, and then that opens the Tree of Qliphoth. Maybe you don't need it at the same time, but also I could see a bunch of other ways to where Rhya could get to the point where he could use multiple magic types again. Maybe he still does have his Elven mana. Maybe, he still had his Elven ears at the end, it just didn't have the actual markings. And, you know, also there could be other ways to amplify his power. That'd be magic items. We already know that Sally could be a huge help with that. She has a magic item that can increase your magic power 10 times for 10 minutes. So that would be a huge help. Maybe even using the magic stone. He's an elf, so he should be able to use that. Or maybe some other sort of side quest for Rhya to get even stronger, so he could use multiple magic types at once. But this is a great way to bring back the third eye and Patri. Rhya would have a great tie to it. We already know that it's likely they will be coming back because of the Tree of Qliphoth. It is basically the reflection of the Apostles of Sephiroth. They are basically almost like shadows, the evil versions of the Apostles of Sephiroth. That's what the Qliphoth are. So it would make sense to have all of the apostles, at least maybe some of them, you know, are humans now, but bring back the third eye and Patri, because they're probably going to fight the shadows of themselves, like evil versions of themselves. Maybe Dark Elf Patri was a vision of what that might look like. So yeah, that's kind of what I saw, and I actually think it's a good idea. I don't know, I know some people say, oh, well, is Dante just going to give up on Yami and go get Rhya? That would be pretty lame, in my opinion. That would be extremely lame. I think it'd just work better if Yami does finally get an L and gets kidnapped, and then they actually bring Rhya back in through that, and Rhya is now a good guy, and he's not the damsel in distress that they're trying to save. I think it'd be much better to have Yami get kidnapped and captured. Dante uses the World Tree magic and the Dark magic to open the Qliphoth, but then the good guys, the Clover Kingdom, the remainder of the Heart Kingdom, they go and they seek out Rhya and the Third Eye. They use Rhya's, you know, copy magic, his multiple magical properties, and they use him to close the Tree of Qliphoth. Again, maybe not to the point where nothing bad has happened, but maybe only a few devils have gotten in, or it's only the Qliphoth devils and not, you know, an army of devils. So yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking. I don't think that Dante is just going to give up and go get Rhya and use him. He's already got William, so I think they're going to get Yami too. I think Rhya is going to be the solution, not the problem. So that's pretty much it for this video. Let me know your thoughts down below. And don't forget, guys, I have a fitness channel called The Hall of Games. I'm doing a video this week analyzing Saitama's training. Is 100 push-ups, 100 sit-ups, 100 squats, and a 10-kilometer run every single day. Is that optimal for getting strength or muscle gains? That's what I discussed in that video. So that channel will be linked in the description below if you want to check it out. But that being said, I hope you guys did enjoy this video. Let me know your thoughts down below. Comment, subscribe. Hope you guys all have an amazing day. Plus